What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. We are back here with another new look rebuild as we're talking about another team in the Eastern Conference that made quite a bit of movement this offseason. And that, of course, is the Washington Wizards. So let's just go ahead and jump in and do this new look 5-year Washington Wizards rebuild. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you are new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. We're currently on the road to 50,000 subs, so you want to go ahead and reach that goal. That would be, or help us reach that goal. Yeah, you could reach that goal too if you wanted to, but if you want to help me reach that goal, that'd be amazing. So let's talk about the Wizards have done this offseason. So of course they signed Joe Val in free agency. They traded Denny Avdia to bring back Malcolm Brogdon. Of course, they also ended up taking Bub Carrington, of course, and then they got some future draft capital in that trade for Denny Avdia. They signed Sadiq Bey in free agency. They draft Alex Sarr alongside Bub Carrington, like I said. I believe they had a couple second round picks as well with Kaisha, or maybe this was a late first. Yeah, Kaisha George. So, like I said, a few things the Wizards have definitely done this offseason. Kuzma is definitely somebody they could still trade away. But I think for year number one, my main priority is to tank as much as possible. We have a lot of good young talent. I love the Bub Carrington, Alex Sarr, and Belil Start. I really like that a lot. But if we could add like a Cooper Flag to this team, we'd just be off and running, man. That's exactly what we need to do. We're going to jump in and just get straight into the thing. So Belil is up to a 79, which is very exciting. But we are going to set a rotation as we want to when we get into year one, because there's going to be a few things I'm going to want to tweak, I imagine. Might be some position changes, but I'm excited for year one. I imagine we're not going to be a good team, which is exactly fine with me, because like I said, I want to be a bad team in year number one. I want to have a good draft pick in this 2025 draft class. Even if it's not Cooper Flag, there's still a lot of talent in the 2025 draft class, but I do have to cut a few players. Let me get to that, and then we'll check out the rotation. So if you look at 2K suggested rotation right now, it'd be Brogdon, Belil, Corey Kispert, Kyle Kuzma, Joe Val, Jordan Poole, Sadiq Bey, Alex Sarr, and then Marvin Bagley. Which, of course, this is just simply not how we're going to run things. I kind of had a feeling I was going to have to change this myself. So first and foremost, let's make sure Brogdon isn't starting. There's really no incentive for us to start Brogdon if I'm the Wizards. Like, there's no need. I mean, I know the Wizards might try to eventually move him as well, which it's possible you could move him, but we're going to make sure he doesn't start. So I assume that would throw someone else in there. So that's going to throw in Jordan Poole, which I guess is fine in theory. Belil's at the 2, Kispert's at the 3. Now, we definitely want to start Alex Sarr this year, and it sounds like he has no interest in playing center. We're going to put him in the power forward alongside Joe Val, which I imagine is what the Wizards imagined anyway. And then I guess we're gonna have to move Kuzma to small forward, because Kuzma is going to have to start. He's the one making the most money on this team. Kuzma is going to start at small forward. So it's going to be something like this. So it's going to be Poole, Belil, Kuzma, Alex Sarr, Joe Val. That starting 5 looks fine to me. I mess with it. It looks good. We're going to trade Kuzma as soon as possible, of course. Jordan Poole is probably going to be stuck in the roster for a while. His contract is just very, very bad. Joe Val, maybe someone they move at the deadline. Brogdon, Sadiq Bey, Corey Kispert, Marvin Bagley, and then Vucevic, Rashawn Holmes. That's going to leave, of course, Bub Carrington out of the rotation entirely. Which kind of sucks because, of course, he was a lottery pick. So I guess, you know, in theory, we could send him to the G League. But since he was drafted so early, part of me thinks that's a little dirty to do to him. So I think what we might do is we might go to a 10-man rotation. And maybe that kicks Tristan Vucevic out and we give Bub Carrington minutes right away. But I also might be doing Bub Carrington a disservice because maybe he doesn't really ever properly... I mean, maybe we could just throw him in the starting 5 because we want to be bad as possible anyway. So, you know what? Screw it. Let's just start Bub Carrington. I mean, I know he may not start right away, but since we want to be bad, let's just go ahead and do that. I'll give Poole or Marvin Bagley like 11 minutes. So we're going to shift this around, but we're going to start Marvin Bagley or Jordan Poole could get like 19 minutes, something like that. And that way Bub Carrington is getting some starter minutes and maybe he'll develop as soon as possible. So let's go ahead. So like year number one, there's probably a good possibility I stop at the deadline and trade Kuzma, but I guess we'll see what happens. Today's video is brought to you by 2 softwares designed to help you beat the sports books and become a much profitable sports bettor. We're starting on Daily Grind Fantasies Optimizer. So basically, how it works, it compares discrepancies across multiple sports books, and we're looking at the prize pick screen right now. And as you can see, if we can find a specific prop, so we got Carson Fulmer and Kevin Gausman over 9 strikeouts. So if these two were a combination, as you can see, you got -137 odds, -106, -112. We have anything else to maybe look at? That's another combo. Okay, so we got Lane Thomas over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Not the best play in the world, but as you can see, the reason why we potentially like it, if we could throw it in with a couple of other green plays, is as you can see, a lot of data showing you that he is favored to go over this line at over 1.5. We found that play within 2 seconds, just like that. You can also come up to some of the esports discrepancies as well. So if you take a look at this one, for example, under 26.5, you got hot streak at 25.5. It'd make no sense for us to say, hey, let's go to Hot Streak and bet under 25.5. You want to get your best price possible, and that's why you line shop, and that's is why this tool is here for you, and it helps out an absolute ton. I also love OddsJam's positive EV tool. I tried to show this off yesterday, but for some reason there was like no bets for me to show. But today that should be a different story, as maybe I shouldn't have clicked the refresh button again. Maybe that's just a curse or something, because for whatever reason, now it's not loading anything. Okay, here we go. We are back. So basically, look at this. We could take a look at this one. So second inning total runs, maybe not the best example. Let's go to Hunter Green under 6.5 strikeouts. So there is a 46% chance, 46% chance probability. But the reason why we like it is because you're getting your best possible odds on Hunter Green under 6.5 strikeouts at plus 120. As you can see, you got plus 105, the closest to it. FanDuel at plus 116, but your best possible price. And you also have Pinnacle, one of the sharpest books in the world, at minus 115 on his under 6.5. So you're getting a clear, good price here. We found that play just like that, once again, in 2 seconds. So make sure to check out both tools. They find you profitable plays all the time. If you check them out, links are down in the description below. Use code Crushables, get 50% off your first month on OddsJam, and then you get 25% off your first month on DGF. Make sure to check them out. Other than that, let's get back to the video. So I am at the trade deadline as I'm trying to trade Kyle Kuzma, and I'm trying to come up with a creative trade here where we send both Kuzma and Brogdon over to the Lakers for basically getting 2 first-round picks. Getting Vanderbilt's kind of cool as well, but he'll obviously just be a bench piece. Gabe Vincent's just to throw in a salary filler, and D'Lo, of course, also is just that as well. So basically, I'm just trying to get 2 first-round picks for Kuzma and Brogdon. I don't know if the Lakers are about this. It really sucks we have to throw in Patrick Baldwin, but we have to throw in some cheap salary. Unfortunately, I just can't find a good cheap salary without, I could throw John Davis in here, but it's just too much money. So I could throw Vucevic in here as well, but I think Wizards fans like him. I don't know. It's tough, but I'm going to throw Baldwin in here, I guess. So let's see what they say. They want Sadiq Bey. They want to give me... Okay, we're not doing that. That's a little too crazy. So maybe we just make this more simple, and maybe we throw in a couple of seconds or something to incentivize this trade. I don't know if that would make a difference at all, but let's see. And no, they don't like it. Okay, so maybe we can't throw Brogdon to them. I know there were some rumors about them wanting Kuzma back. So what if it's not? What if it's like D'Lo and... Okay, so Kuzma's making $23 million. What if it's without D'Lo and then Jared Vanderbilt gave Vincent, but I have to throw in money in here. So let's throw Baldwin in here again. And okay, so what about this? Could we get 2 firsts for Kuzma, or could I just get 1? So they're not going to agree to that. Let's say we just get 1 first, which I think is, more than fair. And they want Johnny Davis, so give me Rui Hachimura. So bringing Rui back to Washington would be interesting. I don't mind doing this, but I would rather not, to be honest. I don't really want Rui's salary. I'm just trying to get that first round pick from the Lakers, and they don't agree to it. Man, I swear, star trades. I mean, Kuzma I guess we're just gonna do the trade they wanted. So Johnny Davis, whatever, we throw him in here. They're gonna give us Rui Hachimura. We throw in a second. Yeah, I don't like having Rui, but maybe we can flip Rui for a first. So the main thing for me is we're getting that 2026 first round pick, and Kuzma's gone. So that was a little bit more complicated than I wanted it to be, but at the end of the day, we solved what I was trying to do. So it looks like Bub Carrington got benched, which really sucks because I wanted him to play, but we'll go ahead and fix that once again. So Bub Carrington, we're just going to throw him 31 minutes. It's not right to leave Jordan Poole completely out of the rotation, so we'll just send Marvin Bagley down here. We'll do something like that. So that is what we'll run for this season. So yeah, something along the lines of this. It doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, we just want to be as bad as possible, and we're probably going to end up being that. We do bring in a couple of nice players with Vanderbilt and Rui, but at the end of the day, the team should still be really bad. 15-36, so let's just continue to tank, and let's see if we can acquire a top 3 pick in this draft. So we do get Alex Sarr winning Rookie of the Year, which is great. We also get Brogdon winning 6th Man of the Year. But other than that, we're just going to go ahead and simulate straight through these playoffs because, of course, we were horrendous, which is what I wanted to be in year 1. I want to have a really good pick in this draft class. 18 from Alex Sarr, 15 from Poole, 15 from Brogdon, 13 from Joval. So let's go ahead, simulate these playoffs, and let's go ahead and see who goes on to win the championship. And then we can get straight in the lottery and see where we end up. So Minnesota goes on and win it all. They beat the Knicks in 5. So here are your retirements. So LeBron James retiring helps us out with that Kuzma pick, or with the pick we got for Kuzma, which is nice. So let's go ahead and get straight into the lottery. So obviously we're hoping to land a top pick in this draft. I feel like I'm going to fall to 5 here. And no, wow, we finally stayed at 1. I've never seen that happen to me before, where I had number 1. It probably has happened. It's just been a long time. But we get to add Cooper freaking Flag to this team. That is a beautiful way to start this video. Love it, man. Exactly what I wanted. And we finally are getting him. It's been a while since I've been able to get him in a video. And it feels good that we're finally going to get him again. So we're going to keep Brian Keefe. We're going to go ahead and sign Thomas King as well. But I'm optimistic and excited now that we get to add Cooper Flag to this team. He's going to start where Kuzma was starting, of course. And then we are going to be off and running. So is there anybody I want to try to move before draft? And of course, there's a bunch of guys. So Gabe Vincent, Vanderbilt is fine to stay. Rui is like the one guy. It is kind of funny we brought him back. But I think I'm going to try to move him here before draft night. Maybe we get like a late pick in this draft for him. Something along the lines of that. So let's see what pops up in this good old handy dandy trade finder. So, okay, Sacramento's giving us a 2027 first. We get Herder's contract back. I don't mind that. Tristan Da Silva and a top 3 pick from Orlando. I don't mind that either. So that's not bad. Najee Marshall in a first. What else we got? Simone. I was kind of hoping for a late first in this draft, but that doesn't look like it's going to happen. And then Golden State's offering us first. So I think we're going to go ahead and do this trade with Sacramento. It kind of makes sense they'd be interested in Rui Hachimura. So we get Herder's contract, which is fine. Just like that, Rui is going to go to the Kings. They get themselves another forward. And though, don't mind if I do, I'm taking Cooper Flag in this draft, and I'm not looking back. So just like that, we walk away with the best prospect we could have wanted. So we get to add to this DC team, and now we have a damn good roster going for us. So Belil is going to continue to start at the 2-guard spot. Corey Kispert, Vucevic are 2 guys I do want to bring back. And then for free agency, Brogdon, I'm not bringing back. Even though he just won 6-man, I know, but I'm not bringing it back. So Poole, Gabe Vincent, Bub Carrington, what did he do last year? 13 points per game. So not too bad. He was playing a bunch of minutes, but Cooper Flag, Sadiq Bey, Alex Sarr, Vanderbilt, and then Joe Val is our starting center at the moment. Of course, that's not really going to be the long-term plan. Maybe that is eventually moving Alex Sarr back to center. We'll figure that out as we cross that bridge. But yeah, right now, I think we're pretty solid in all positions. I think we do bring back Corey Kispert simply for his shooting. I don't think we just let him go for nothing. And we can maybe, bring someone. So let's just go ahead and sign him to a nice contract. So we're going to bring Corey Kispert back, which makes sense. And then Vucevic, if he comes back as qualifying offer, I wouldn't mind that either because we do need a backup 5 anyway. So center position. We could go out there and sign someone, but I think I'm fine with just maybe waiting till the deadline, just kind of see what approaches us then. Assuming we can get Vucevic back. I don't know where he's at exactly, but let's just go see if I could sign him. It would even let me sign him to a contract. So, no, it does not. So we have to just wait on his qualifying offer. That's totally fine. But I'm excited about this team. I don't know if we'll make the playoffs next year, but we should be, a little bit better. A little bit better with Flag added. So, Alex Sarr's up to an 83. Poole's up. You got Sadiq Bey up, Corey Kispert up, and then Joe Val's down. Vucevic is up to 78, which is exciting. George and Bub Carrington are both up as well. Very good. Very, 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 very good. All right, let's get into year number 2, and let's see where we end up at. So let's load this 2026 draft class. We'll probably be, maybe, I wouldn't be too surprised if we somehow made the play-in with Cooper Flag out of this team. Like, I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility. So let's go ahead and load this 2026 draft class, and let's get into it. So let's see what this rotation's looking like. So proficiency, 4 or 3-star. It's only 3-star, but still, we got a good little thing going. So Jordan Poole, Belil, Cooper Flag, Alex Sarr, Joe Val, Sadiq Bey, Corey Kispert, Jared Vanderbilt, and Vucevic, and then Herder. So that, again, leaves Kashawn George and Bub Carrington out of the rotation. So I just realized Bub Carrington is even listed at point guard. So I'm going to move him there. He might go down. He does go down 1, whatever. So I'm going to put him at point guard. So he's going to probably play for us. I mean, I'm assuming, yeah, so this is what I'll do. I'm going to make Jordan Poole a non-starter. So that's going to automatically start Bub Carrington because we might as well. Like, I don't have any incentive for Poole to be the guy going forward, or obviously Gabe Vincent for that matter either. So we're going to do that with Poole, and we'll do the same thing with Gabe Vincent, and that should automatically throw Mr. Bub Carrington in the starting 5. At least I think. Maybe they throw Flood in there instead. We'll see. So let's go ahead and do that, and let's see what 2K decides to do. So they do throw Bub in there, which is nice. So Bub Carrington, Belil, Cooper Flag, Alex Sarr, Joe Val. Love it starting 5 with Bey, Poole, Corey Kispert, Vanderbilt, and Vucevic. That's exactly what I kind of wanted. I guess we can run an 11-man rotation if we wanted to give Herder some minutes as well. We're still a rebuilding team, so at the end of the day, all is good. So let's go ahead, simulate year number 2, and let's see how well this team does this year. So another really bad season for us. Unfortunately, we do not see Cooper Flag win Rookie of the Year, but that doesn't really worry me all that much, of course. So yeah, we weren't good. We weren't very good at all. I thought we'd maybe be better, but I think the rotation is still kind of just a little bit of a logjam. Cooper Flag only averaged 15 points per game this year, so a little disappointing. But once we could clear some of the logjams that we have, I think everything will improve much more. So let's go ahead in some of these playoffs. I assume we're going to have a little bit of cap space this offseason because we got a lot of money coming off the books. Now, the problem is, Poole salary is very much still a problem. We're going to have Jordan Poole's salary for one more year. I could try to trade it since it's an expiring contract now and see what we could do with it. But let's go through the lottery once again. So the beautiful part about this draft as well is our pick is also, once again, top 8 protected. It's not going to say that, but in real life. And we also get the Lakers from the Kuzma trade. Just beautiful stuff. So we're going to get potentially 2 top 3 picks, 2 top 5 picks, if we, get lucky here. So let's see what happens. So it's going to say Knicks, but we should have the Lakers pick. So we get number 5 and 3, which is just beautiful stuff. So like I said, the Wizards pick is top 6 or top 8 protected in 2026. We get number 3 and number 5 in this draft. So we get to add even more talent to this roster, which is just awesome because it's exactly kind of what we need. As a rebuilding squad, you want to keep adding young players to the draft, and we're absolutely about to do that. So let me keep filling out this coaching staff, and let's go draft at 3 and 5 and see if we can maybe get lucky. Maybe we get a Cameron Boozer to follow us. But imagine Cooper Flag and Cameron Boozer. Then we get AJ finally. I haven't been able to get him once, so we'll see. We should be able to get somebody good. So let's just jump right in this bad boy and see where our pick or see who falls to us. So Boozer is going to go 1. That sucks. It would have been cool if he would have fell to us. But we finally have the opportunity. Harrington would have been awesome too. But we finally could draft AJ. I've not got him in a video one time. So I'm kind of excited to get him today. So let's just go ahead and draft him. No questions asked. So welcome to the Wizards, AJ. Koa Pete goes to the Spurs. So we get to pick at 5 again. I kind of like the idea of maybe taking Derek Queen. Because we do need a 5 of the future. And maybe that could become Derek Queen. And I don't think I've really taken him before. So I'm going to take Derek Queen out of Maryland. And I feel pretty solid about that. So we get our power forward and center of the future potentially there. We're going to let our assistant GM take care of that one. And just like that, we walk away with a 76 and an 81. So that feels very, very good. Absolutely love that draft. So that's fantastic. Player options, or sorry, rookie signings first and foremost, and then player options. So Sar, Belil, George, Carrington, all going to accept those. Qualifying offers, Vucevic, somebody I do have interest in bringing back once again. And then for free agency, Herder's a free agent, and Gabe Vincent. So those that money comes off the books, which is nice. But yeah, we don't have money like I thought we would, just because Poole's contract still exists, unfortunately. We could go for like Mark Williams or something like that. We did just draft our center, though, so maybe we don't need to do something like that. So Poole, Belil, Sadiq Bey is still here, but I think we could probably move him as well. He's got a very cheap contract. Maybe we can move for, Vanderbilt and then Joval. So maybe we could trade for a center right now. Might be the best thing we could do. Just give ourselves, or actually, we could do low-key. We could move Alex Sarr to center. And then, yeah, I actually kind of like the idea of that a little bit more. Alex Sarr is our starting 5 for the rest of the future. That way AJ can start, and there's no questions about that. So let's do something like that. So instead, let's do Jordan Poole, Bub Carrington. Poole, I really want to get rid of, to be honest with you. Belil, Sadiq Bey, Cooper Flag, Corey Kispert. So I think we do want to move Sadiq Bey as well this offseason. George, I do wonder if we can get him some minutes as well. If we move to small forward, he does go up. So might be interested in doing something like that with him. But we'll look into that. So we're going to figure this out. Maybe we could even move one of, Kispert to shooting guard or something. I don't know. So AJ, Vanderbilt, that looks good. And then Joval, Alex R, Derek Queen. I think we keep Joval just for his veteran presence. We could trade him, but he's not really going to be worth much. So I like that. I think the one guy I do want to try to move out of here is Sadiq Bey, just simply because I just feel like it'd be best to move him just because we got guys we want to play over him. So something like that. And then, of course, like I said, Jordan Poole, still the guy. I definitely want to move Jordan Poole out of here. Maybe at the deadline, if we don't really believe in Bub Carrington going forward, although he did do pretty solid last year, maybe we could find a really sweet trade with him. I don't know. A lot of things we could do. But I don't think I'll be signing anybody free agency. The only thing I'd be okay with is if Vucevic came back. For once again, it doesn't allow us just to sign him back, which is kind of unfortunate. But maybe at the deadline, using Poole's salary, we can trade for a point guard, potentially just depending on how Bub Carrington develops. But the one guy, like I mentioned, was Sadiq Bey that I did want to trade out of here. So we're going to move him. So let's see. Although we could keep him as a trade piece to, go get somebody at the deadline. I don't know. Definitely some decisions to be made here. So maybe we just find a way to play him this year, and then at the deadline we move him. So the Pelicans want to give me a first and Sharif Cooper, which is, I guess, fairly interesting. Maybe we could just throw that first at somebody at the deadline. Jock Landale wouldn't get any minutes, but we get a first-round pick from the Rockets. That's fun as well. I don't know. What do we want to do? I think we could do that trade with the Pelicans, where we get Sharif Cooper and a Milwaukee unprotected. I'm fine with that. So we're going to do that. So Cooper is going to move to point guard. And then now we cleared up some minutes. So that's exactly what I wanted to do there. So Vucevic, I assume, is back. Nope, he's not, which is fine. So 87, 85. So Vucevic did not come back as qualifying offer that time. Bub Carrington is up to a 77. So I really do like his development. So maybe he could eventually be the starter. We'll see. But these are the two guys, obviously, that we're clearly very excited about. And we're going to get straight into year number 3. So I'm excited. I'm optimistic that maybe this year could be a play-in team. We want to move Poole out of here. Maybe we're good enough at the deadline to justify trading his contract and getting a really good point guard in the building. I guess it depends who's available, though. So that is kind of what I'm looking at, because the one position I feel like we're lacking is a true point guard. I would love it to be Bub Carrington. We can maybe stay patient with him, but we'll see. We'll just feel it out. So let's get straight into year 3. Take a look at this rotation all together once again. Our power rank is going to last 24th overall. We're up to a 3.5 with Brian Keefe, and this is what we got. So Bub Carrington is starting still. Belil, Cooper Flag, Vanderbilt's going to start now, which I don't agree with. Alex Starr, Jordan Poole, AJ, Corey Kispert, and then Joe Val. So we are going to just run a 10-man rotation. I think for this year, we can play Joe Val, and we can move Derek Queen to the G League, and he'll be like ready to roll for the last 2 seasons of this rebuild. So something like that. And then we can move Jared Vanderbilt down for AJ. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see what AJ brings to the table. I've not got him in a video once. This is like my first time. So let's simulate year number 3. If there is a possibility of stopping the deadline and use Poole's contract for a true point guard, we will definitely look into that. We are starting with the trade deadline as promised, and I said I wanted to get a point guard, and I'm definitely looking at one. The Nugget, or not the Nuggets, sorry. I'm thinking of the Nuggets because the Pistons got Jamal Murray, which is kind of interesting. So they'd be fine at point guard technically if they let go of Cade Cunningham. He's 25 years old. Maybe Cade is finally, ready to move on to Detroit, and he wants to go to a winning organization, but he gets traded to the Wizards instead. But him with Alex Sarr and Cooper Flag, I mean, I just don't think it'd be stoppable. So that is what I'm going to try to accomplish here. So let's see if we can make something like that happen. So he's actually making very similar money to what Poole is making right now. So yeah, as you can see, that would be a perfect match. So we could trade our 2027 unprotected. So trading this is very risky because, of course, we suck. But, I mean, if we get Cade Cunningham, I imagine we can maybe turn this thing around. Sacramento's pick as well. I'll throw you this Bucks pick, which is also good. So that's 3 first-round picks in this upcoming draft. And then do I have anybody of young importance to take? Maybe I could throw George in here just because I don't know if we're ever going to be, be able to have him crack the rotation, unfortunately. So we're going to throw him in here. So, yeah, trading our own first is risky. But I don't think we'll need to add another player through the draft if we get Cade. And they do agree. So Cade Cunningham, welcome to DC. We're the 13th seed, and we're only 10 games under 500. So I do believe we could probably make a run here and get into the play-in because we're only 2 games back. So that is why I'm more than confident we're trading our own first. That puts Cade as a starter. I apologize, Bub Carrington, but I think I got to start Cade at the end of the day. So we're going to go 9-man rotation for the rest of the season. And we're going to have Cade, Belil, Cooper Flag, AJ, Alex Sarr. Nasty starting 5. AJ right now is having 12 points per game on the season. Alex Sarr, 19 and 10. Flag is 20. Cade is average 21. Belil with 6. So all very exciting. Let's go ahead and simulate this season. I think we'll be a play-in team now, but hopefully I'm not wrong in that optimistic thought process. So as expected, we do end up as a play-in team, which is very awesome. Love to see that. And if we take a look at these player stats, he had 24 from Cade Cunningham, 22 from Cooper Flag, 19 from Alex Sarr, and 15 from Bub, 12 from AJ, and 8 from Corey Kispert. So all that is very exciting. So let's see if we can actually get into this dance, as we do get to play Detroit, which is kind of interesting because, of course, we just made the trade with them. As Detroit is going to start off with a nice little lead on us. So maybe we get eliminated, and Detroit... Wow, this is funny because Detroit is like, okay, we have your draft pick, so let's eliminate you so we get a lottery pick. Shout out to them, man, because it worked out in their favor. Wow, a little surprised, a little disappointed, but Jordan Poole, I guess, gets the best of us. So we're going into year 4 now, and we have not made the playoffs once yet, which is fine. It's been a slow approach, but I think these last 2 years we should be a contender. So All these guys are retiring. Let's go to the lottery. So let's see where our pick ends up. Hopefully it doesn't like jump up into the top 3. So Detroit, we gave them 3 lottery picks for Cade, or sorry, 2 for Cade Cunningham. A little unfortunate, but let's see where they end up. So we gave them, let's see. Oh, wow. Milwaukee's pick jumped up in the top 4. So we traded the 4th overall pick for Cade. Maybe not the greatest trade in the world. Our pick ends up 13. So it's whatever. 13 is not like the craziest pick, but, 13 could birth a really good player. But yeah, so we get a new head coach as well this offseason, which is nice. So maybe we can go for like Mike Brown or something. We'll offer him first and foremost. He turned that Sacramento team around. They made the playoffs for the first time in however long. I could throw Ime Udoka a contract as well. So one of those 2 guys would be great. So we could get Ime. I think I like the idea of getting Ime Udoka. So I'm going to sign Ime Udoka, and then we're going to grab a post-defensive coach, and we should be ready to roll. And I think we should be able to round this rotation up exactly how we want it to look. So I don't think we have a draft pick at all, considering we just traded it all for like Cade Cunningham. So, oh wow, we have like 5 seconds, but I mean, I can't imagine we're gonna be able to use all these roster spots. So let's see. So we got Joel McDaniel, and we can sign Mr. Almond. Can I 2-way any of them? Nope. We're gonna just go and leave it that way then. Player options. Venable declines, which I'm actually fine with, so he can get off our books. And then Belil is also free agent, which of course we want to bring him back. Now, keep in mind, Belil is only average 6 points per game. Okay, he's not asking for anything outlandish, which is nice. Vanderbilt, maybe we bring him back. We'll see. But let's take a look. So we got Bub Carrington and Cade, which is great. We have, shooting guard who's not going to play for us probably ever. Cooper Flagg, Corey Kispert looks good to me. AJ, and then Derek Queen should be ready to play this year, which is fun. We sent a 5th overall pick to the G League. Maybe I shouldn't have done that, but whatever. Okay, so AJ, very excited about him. So all we really need is, of course, Belil back. We need a backup power forward, and we should be golden. So let's see who maybe that could be. So, I mean, we have a lot of money, but I'm going to go ahead and get the Belil signing out of the way. He's not asking for too much money. Looks like we're going to still have some cap space, so we should be able to sign a legitimately good power forward. Maybe it's not Vanderbilt this time. So who do we want? Stewart, Tobias Harris, Vanderbilt. No, thank you. Maybe go like Tamani Kamara. I don't know. Bull. Maybe we just go back for Vanderbilt. Is there anybody else we like? DeAndre Hunter, I guess, is... Ooh, Hendricks is interesting, but he wants a little too much money. All right, so let's just sign Belil really quickly, and let's see what's left after that. So let's sign Belil, secure him, and let's see what we got. So after that, we could sign Cameron Johnson, Vanderbilt back, Grant Williams, Tamani Kamara. So Cade Cunningham, Bub, Belil, Cooper Flagg, Corey Kispert. Or we could take our attention and turn it to a shooting guard. So like Brown off the bench or David Roddy. I mean, I kind of like the idea of Christian Brown, but at the same time, Tobias Harris, no thank you. Vanderbilt, Grant Williams, no. Tamani Kamara, Bull. What else we got? Is there a center that maybe we could play at power forward that could be fun? Zach Collins, I guess technically we could play him at the 4. He's done it before. Iguodaro, maybe we could play him there. I don't know. He's interesting. Maybe take a chance on him. He is restricted, though, so maybe the Suns don't let him go. I'm going to throw him a contract because I don't get him ever, so let's see what they do with him. Do they match it? Maybe they do. And they don't. So we're going to get Iguodaro, and then we might be able to sign a shooting guard still just for some simple depth. So maybe give me like Isaiah Joe just as a guy who could play if, somebody fouls out. So that looks good. Let's go to player progression, and let's see how much this team is developing now. I assume Cooper Flagg and AJ are going to just go up like crazy. Let's see. So AJ is up to an 85. Cooper Flagg is up. Cade Cunningham is up, and Alex Sarr is up. I mean, if this team ain't a playoff team this year, I don't know where I went wrong. That's all I got to say. So let's get into year 4. We should be a sneaky contender as well in my mind. But we'll ultimately see what 2K thinks of this roster. So year number 4 goes extremely well. No awards rewarded to us or anything like that, but we don't get any All-NBA representatives either, unfortunately, which is just fine. But what we do get is the first seed in the Eastern Conference, which was to be expected. I mean, this team is damn good. It is super stacked. Yeah, 22 from Cade, 20 from Cooper Flagg, 20 from Bub Carrington as well. So he's developed tremendously. Should have maybe got a nod for the 6-man award, which is great. 19 from Sarr, 12.5 from AJ, 9 from Kispert, 6, and then, yeah, just all around, this looks fantastic. So let's go to 9-man rotation. Let's shrink bench utilization down as well, and let's get into this bad boy. So in round 1, we're going to draw the Milwaukee Bucks. So, of course, they got AJ Johnson. No Damian Lillard anymore. So, I mean, in theory, we should just beat this team fairly easily, but you never know with this game. We get Giannis Antetokounmpo to deal with, and we are going to beat them in 7. That was a lot closer than I would have wanted it to be. But now we get Atlanta, who has revamped their team a little bit with VJ Edgecombe, RJ, Liam, Zachary Shea is here, of course, developed, and then Hochefino ended up in Atlanta. Very interesting. Okay. My current round against Atlanta, and we are going to be up 2-1, and that leads us to 3-1, and we beat them in 5. So that's a huge start. And now we draw the Charlotte Hornets in the Eastern Conference Finals to see if we can go all the way to the finals and our first playoff appearance since, I don't know. When's the last time the Wizards made the playoffs is the question. I don't know. Probably with Russell Westbrook back then, right? Somebody come around against the Hornets, and we're up 4-0, and we sweep them. Now, we are going to draw the Thunder, though, which is obviously the ultimate task always. So they got Nikola, Shea starting. Never seen them actually start Nikola and Shea together. That's kind of intriguing. Kind of like it. Harrington, they drafted, of course, in that one draft right before we got AJ. So let's see what happens. So game 1 is going to go to us. Game 2, they even it up. Game 3, 2-1. Can we go up 3-1? Yes, we can. Can we beat them 5? No. Game 6. Okay. It's game 6 in DC to see if we can secure our first championship in this video. Can we do it? It's going to be a close competitive game. It looks like we kind of have a lead right now, as long as we don't blow it, which is definitely possible to this team. And we are going to win our championship, which is nice. So just like that in year 4, we bring home a title to DC. So we're going to go see if we can simply run it back-to-back. We're going to keep the team exactly the same. I mean, the team is only going to keep getting better. And apparently we have a Philadelphia pick. What is that trade from? I don't remember, to be honest with you. DC and Washington. What trade is that from? I don't know. Maybe I made a trade. I don't think so. Maybe I got a Philadelphia pick. I don't know. Regardless, we have another good pick in this draft. So, I mean, the assistant GM can take over they want because whoever, joins probably won't play. The team is just stacked. So, we can accept all these guys down here as well. So, we'll bring them all back. And then main thing is bringing back Bub and Sar because we're going to keep the rotation exactly the same as it was. So, Bub's not asking for too much. We're going to get Kisser back as well. And then let's just splurge on some money. So, bring all these guys back. We're going to run it back for another season. I literally just want to see what, basically progression is going to look like. Because I have a good feeling that, it's going to be even crazier here. So, Bub might go up even more. AJ might go up even more. Flag might stay kind of where he's at, but he might go up a couple overall. Sar might go up. So, let's see. Super Flag is actually up 5 overall to a 95. W. AJ's up to an 86. Bub's up to an 83. This team is damn good. All right, let's get into year 5, and let's see if we can end this video with a back-to-back championship or not. So at the end of this season, we didn't get the first seed, so I'm kind of curious to see who stole the first seed from us. We did get Cooper Flag making All-NBA second team this time around. Here's All-Defensive first team, as we do get him making All-Defensive first team as well, which is nice. But who stole the first seed from us? That would be the Brooklyn Nets, man. Why do the Nets always end up being, really weirdly good? So, yeah, 27 from Flag, 24 from Cade, 20 from Sar, 20 from Bub, and then 14 from AJ. So, honestly, I probably could have gotten away with Bub Carrington being our starting point guard, but whatever. I'm excited to have him and Cade as a rotation because that's, exciting. So, we draw Milwaukee again. We beat them pretty easily last year, so I can only assume we can literally do the same thing. So, somebody come around against Milwaukee, and maybe not. We were down at one point, and we are going to... whoops, I meant to just... Okay, we beat them in 6. Okay, who did Milwaukee have? Anthony Black joined the team. Okay, kind of an interesting team. They got a little bit better, which makes sense why they pushed us a little bit easier. So, Knicks end up upsetting the Nets, so Battle New York goes to the Knicks. But now we get the Cavs, who sometimes give us problems as well. They have Darren Harris as our starting small forward. All right, well, let's see what happens. Somebody come around against Cleveland, and we are going to beat them in 5. And now we get to play the Toronto Raptors in the conference finals, who have... Suggs, Passev, or Save, I don't know, Ace Bailey. So Ace Bailey for Cooper Flag should be a ton of fun. Those two should be matched up against each other. Somebody come around against the Raptors, and we're going to go down 3-2. Wow, okay. We got to buckle down and force a game 7 to see if we can get back to the finals. So Toronto is giving us some problems, which kind of sucks. I would love to go back-to-back here, but looking like we're going to force a game 7 at the very least. So we do that, which is nice. Let's... fix the minutes however we need to, and let's go to a game 7 back in DC and see if we could take this home. So Toronto, DC, what do we got? Can we win? And it's gonna be a close one. We had the lead for a second, but Toronto might run away with this one, and we might get bounced here unless no, it does not look like we're coming back in this game. 125 to 117. Unfortunately for us, we are not going back to back. Toronto with Ace Bailey is going to take us down, but let me see if I can maybe do something here. So let's see if we can make a crazy comeback. I highly doubt it, but a man could try. So AJ's gonna have a wide open dunk, or okay, he did have a wide open dunk, but I don't know what happened there. Well, that was AJ, right? Pretty sure it was. Yep. Okay, Pirtle is wide open to the 3-point line, He's obviously not going to take it. He's going to give it to Suggs. Suggs, who I thought was going to be drafted to Toronto. That year they took Barnes, but he went to Orlando instead, of course. So, wow, they got that pass right past Cooper Flag, and they have a 10-point lead now. So, yeah, losing Game 7 definitely sucks, but what can we do about it? Literally nothing. Let's give it to Cooper Flag and see if I can cook with Cooper Flag. Oh, we have a wide open AJ, but it doesn't seem like he shoots threes. So, all right. Give me a screen, somebody. I need to cook Scotty Barnes here. I'm just going to shoot something random with Cooper Flag and hope it goes in. So, nope, not going to happen. We do get the offensive board, though. Going to give it to Cade for 3. Not happening either. All right, this has been horrendous gameplay so far. Let me see if I can make one last shot to maybe end this video off, because I don't want to go 0 for whatever. And we do foul, and that's going to send Alex out of the game. All right, well, Barnes is going to shoot 2. Maybe I should have just taken my L, but I wanted to jump in and, I guess, play with this roster for a second, because I really do love the roster we threw together. But unfortunately, it's not working out so far. So surely I can make a shot with Cooper Flag, who's like a 95 overall. All right, let's see. Can someone give me a wide open 3 or something? So, thought about taking like a step back, but let's just take an easy one. So let's just try to shoot this over David Roddy, and I can't even hit that. All right, guys, I'm gonna end it there. We don't go back to back, unfortunately, but we do get one in year 4, which is great. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Ignore the gameplay at the end. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.